Greetings, everyone, and I am happy to meet you again today on yet another video. So, I keep coming back on a daily note. The idea here is that I just want to ensure that I keep doing a video on a daily note. It not only helps me improve on my routine and getting to explore on onto the knowledge base that is available in our moonlife.com, that is our moonlife.com. At the same time, uh, you know uh, I have a bit more information that I felt I could share in a video today. This is mainly around the concept of videos that we are recently discussing are all based on perspective or a point of view. So if you see, the first couple of videos was around tri-joint unification, where we saw how exactly the five grand fundamental elements of nature are being perceived on the planetary surface of a planet, and and coming from previous topics where we saw the the five fundamental elements of nature uh, playing its role in the grandness of the universe. And then we came into the perspective of science, which we discussed recently, where we talked about the concept where you know the final perspective of science being brought out in the article right at the start, where the the nature of one's self uh, in their interconnected nature of all the five senses on the outer part of their this physical experience, that being in coherence with the world happenings. These two together being in balance is exactly where science is, and that shows where science is being born. With that said, in our concept of our moon life, uh, one of our base fundamentals is that science is one type of wisdom. From that type of wisdom, we go into uh, what we call as true wisdom. Uh, in Tamil, we call it as Meignana. And from true wisdom, the next step would be life wisdom. From life wisdom, we go into creator wisdom. That being said, the next step, that is the true wisdom, which is usually generally, uh, in practical world, we would call that as general wisdom of a person, which is like vijnanam. And to convey this perspective, right, this vijnanam perspective, that is the whole intention of this whole video, to bring out that first perspective that I find in the website. Vijnanam just states the bare minimum truth in a uh, in any situation. Uh, so you would naturally say, okay, what the science does the same, right? But in science, uh, it's governed by a set of laws and rules, and science and the wisdom space is a bit different. Like, uh, the wordings, the exact wordings in science would apply in any type of situations or any correlative areas, uh, but the wording said in science is specific to that particular functionality. And so the perspective that is derived here is that the place where we place like true wisdom right after science, the connective nature as a stepping stone. This element is very important, uh, where science defines a thing, and you see uh, the wisdom space, you know, tells one particular truth. And let's take an example here. The point we are trying to deliver. A scientist who's trying to invent something to make this world a better place is trying to conceive something, and it's everything. The reason for even talking about human so, you know as their physical being comes around here, like a person's personal experience you know keeps going, and in that particular experience a concept would be deep rooted. Say the concept be something like the force of air, if rightly manipulated, can move any material to any through space in any way they want. This is the fundamental idea. This idea may seem simple to some people, but to a scientist it would be very deep rooted. And this concept, this wording where we say air with its force can move any material to its any given way, this forms to be true no matter where this wordings are applied. But uh, in science, when this goes into play, right, you'd have formulas like to escape certain gravity you'll need to have certain force, and you'll need to like work through certain elements to like take a lift of the air, I mean from the soil into the air. And so the moment this science is figured out, right, once the flight is airborne, the science shifts yet another time again. It goes into aerodynamics, where the initial weight uh, needs to be designed in such a way to such accuracy that it could like manipulate air. And from that, the same science, let's take it to a rocket. The whole science what you've learnt with driving a flight would completely not apply to a rocket. And there the whole paradigm shifts to another set of rules. The engineering rules completely shifts, though fundamental sciences might remain the same, but the definitions keep shifting. And this is the nature of science. um, but yet again, I'm not like trying to define exactly what science is, or what wisdom is. I'm just trying to bring out the perspective that is delivered in terms of what is true knowledge, and what is what is true wisdom, and what is true science. So that is the perspective I would like to bring out in this video in terms of true wisdom, Mei Jnanam. And I'll come back again in a future video, and I hope to improve in the coming days. Kindly bear with me if I'm not clear enough. Looking forward to more videos. Thank you. Nice meeting you.